Matt Walsh went on Tucker Carlson and right off the bat of the podcast made the claim that not only is it not ideal for a kid in the foster system to have gay parents, it's actually wrong. And that child has a right to actual parents. And let's just play the clip before I even get into this. But, guys, I'm playing producer by myself, so I apologize.
What does the child have a right to? And I would say a child has a right to a mother and a father. A child has a right to the basic fundamental setup that billions of kids throughout history have had, which is a mother and a father. Now, if through the course of events, through no one's fault, that is taken away from a child. I mean, you can have a parent that dies, you end up with a single parent. You can have a divorce, which I think is terrible. But it's not supposed to work that way. So if you have a child in foster care, you're looking for a mother and a father. And to just say, okay, well, we'll give this child to two dads, you're basically giving up on that child. You're saying, well, yeah, we couldn't find the right setup for you, so instead you're getting this.
No.
And I just reject that.
No. You know what giving up on the child is? Giving up on the child is saying, here's an opportunity for that child to have a somewhat positive life. Not be in a system that fosters abuse, neglect, that is a huge tax burden to the people, predicated on theft and all that bullshit, right? But no, if two men or two women want to take the really a sacrifice, take up the sacrifice to help that child, take that child out of that situation, you're really going to tell me because they are homosexual that's worse, that's worse than sitting in the child foster care system? It's retarded. It's fucking retarded. This is something that only a radical Catholic like Matt Walsh could say. But it gets better. Let's play it.
Reject that totally. And I also think, frankly, that a lot of people won't like this, but I think
we've passed the point where
right. No one likes anything that we're saying. Right. A child being in foster care is far from an ideal scenario. It's very, very sad. A child going to two gay parents, I think, is worse. I think it's easily worse, actually.
Why?
It's just more disordered. It's more confusing for the child. Again, neither scenario is good. We don't like either thing, but I don't see going to gay parents as an improvement over the what they had before. So,
do we know that it screws kids up, or we just sort of intuitively know it?
I think we intuitively know, but also there's been plenty of studies done about the mental health effects of kids that grow up in these, single-sex, same-sex parent homes. There's been a lot of studies done about it, but honestly, you can look at the studies, people will fact check, and they're there. I don't need studies for this.
I think how he ended the clip was, I don't really know what else you can say. I mean, this is religion 101. They have all this data. I don't even need to know. I am so wise. I have such an understanding because of a book that I don't even need to think about it. I can just assert that a child being in a home, getting 3 meals a day, having the parents at least somewhat care for the child, as opposed to the foster care system sitting in an orphanage or whatever the equivalent is these days, sitting in that environment, not having any parental interaction, growing up in an environment where they're probably more likely to use substances, drugs, just all of that. It's just so fucked up that this man can walk away and just assert, not even by actually sitting and thinking about it's probably worse for a child to sit in the foster care system than to have a home. Like, that at face value is like, yeah, no shit that's better. The only way that you could think that that's worse is if you're fucking homophobic. Look, I know that's a hyperbolic thing to say, but when you say something like this, when you're willing to get to the point where you think that just because someone's a homosexual, that child's life is automatically going to be worse, that's homophobia. I'm sorry. It just is. It is 100% homophobia. A, because it's not logical, and B, because you are literally just inserting your bias that isn't predicated on any kind of logic. It's just what the book told you. That's homophobia 101.